All right, hey everybody, and welcome to Zenfolio Live. I'm Robert with Zenfolio Customer Support, and thank you for joining us here on the live Q&A. If this is your first time joining us, or if you're a returning viewer, just let us know. Just say hi and let us know where you're from in the chat. We'd love to hear from you guys. And also, if you have questions related to Zenfolio, like pricelist questions or anything like that, definitely get those into the chat so we can get those answered today. One of the things I want to talk about today is how to customize your contact page. But before I jump into that, I heard that Cheryl won some kind of photo contest or something like that. So congratulations to Cheryl on that. Aloha home phone. Good to see you here as always. And yeah, so just if this is your guys' first time watching, just say hi and let us know where you're from. And right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start talking about customizing your contact page. So if you just started your Zenfolio account, chances are you're still using the built-in contact page. And there are some customized options that you can do with that page. However, it's a little bit limited. So let me just show you first of all how you can customize the built-in contact page, and then some other options that you have as well. So what we're going to do is anytime that you want to access a built-in page to customize it, just hover over website right here and click on built-in pages. Now, this goes for the about page, the blog page, the client access page. All of these built-in pages you can go in right here by clicking on customize next to them. You can go in and customize those pages. You can do things like change the theme. Some of the different pages have different options and things like that. You can even do that for the shop home down here at the very bottom. So if you want to customize the theme that's applied to your shop home page, you can click right here on customize and customize that. Now, there are not going to be any photos or anything showing when you click that, but you will be able to customize the theme. But today we're talking about the built-in contact page and what you can do to customize that. So if I go back up here to contact page right here, what I'm going to do is just click customize right here. And that's going to open up the built-in contact page inside customize view where we can customize it and make some changes. So right here what you're seeing is that built-in customize page, and you can make changes like change the color that's applied to it. So if you change it to a different theme here, let me just get myself out of the way. You can change it to a different theme, make it have different colors, and then there's a little bit of customization that you can do to the actual contact form itself. There's not a lot, but there is a little bit that you can do. One of the things I do want to point out here is this sometimes confuses people. Right now I am seeing my information right here, and that's because I am logged into my account, so it's automatically putting my information in there as if I was going to send a contact to myself. If your clients are logged into a client account, their email and stuff is going to be what appears there. And if it's just a visitor, it's just going to be some pre-filled text that says like your name or email or something like that. But now if you want to customize some of these contact fields right here, you can go up to options right here and contact fields right here. So for the name and the email address and the phone number, what you can do is you can make them required, optional, or not shown. And then you can add up to 3 additional questions for this contact form. So you could say, you know, how did you hear about us? You could say, you know, when is your wedding? Or something like that, depending on the type of photography you're doing. Put that kind of information in here, apply it, and then that's going to appear on the contact page. Right here. So now you can see here, how did you hear about us? And when is your wedding? And then there's also subject and message. All of that stuff's been added to that contact page. But what if you want to do a little bit more customization to that? Well, one thing that you could do is you could do a custom contact form using a third-party service like JotForm and then embedding that code into a custom page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my dashboard really quick. And then actually what I've got here, I've got this opened up in another tab, is I've got a form right here that I created through JotForm. And you can do this through JotForm. I think there's a couple of other services that you can use. And then what we're going to do is basically just go to publish, because what we are after here is we're after the embed link for this custom form. That's what's going to let us put it into a Zenfolio custom page. So now after we go to publish, we're going to go down here to embed. And then you can see the default embed option here has script type, and it's using JavaScript. We don't want to use JavaScript. What we want to use is we want to use that iframe option right here. So we're going to click on iframe, and that's going to give us this iframe code. And then we're just going to copy that code. Then we're going to hop back over to our Zenfolio account right here. Go up to website, click on custom pages. And then you're just going to go and add a new custom page. So what we're going to do is, oh, what did I click on? Clicked on the wrong thing. All right, so we're going to go to websites and then custom pages right here. Sorry, I clicked customize website for some reason. Custom pages right here. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to add a new custom page right here. So click new. I'm just going to title this contact. And then we're going to go down here. And there's an embed option right here that you can use, and sometimes this works okay, and sometimes it causes some issues. So if you go to click embed and you paste the embed code right here, what I'm going to do is click preview, and now you're going to see this form is like in this weird little square blocky looking thing, and it doesn't really look the way that I want it to look on my page. So what I'm going to do is actually use the source code. So that's an option right here. You can just click source. And now I do want to throw out a big disclaimer. Anytime you guys see source here and you click and you try to edit the source code of the page and add some custom coding, while we do allow you a place to do this, that custom code we cannot offer any technical support for that custom code. So if it messes up your page or if it doesn't work the way that you think that it should work, chances are we're not going to be able to help you because we're not able to offer any technical support for that custom code. But what I'm going to do is click source, and then I am going to just paste in that embed link here. And then what I want to do is I want to center it up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is just throw a center tag right here in the front so that this form is centered. Now I'm going to uncheck source, go down to the very bottom right here and click save and preview. And now you're going to see here is that custom contact page. In this case, it's a booking inquiry form that was created on JotForm right here. All that information is right there. So now that I've saved that, the next step is just to add that onto my site menu as my contact link. So I'm going to click save here, and then I'm going to go up, hover over my Zenfolio and click on customize website. And then we're just going to add a link to that custom contact page from the site menu. So let me zoom out a little bit so you guys can see everything here. All right, so what I want to do is up here on the top, I just want to add a site menu item to that custom contact page. So I'm going to go right here, add new, contact us, hit enter. And then what we want to do is go down to a built-in or custom page option right here. And then we're going to go right here and choose from the list. And if you scroll down, you can't see it on my screen. Let me see if I can make it to where you can see it. If I scroll down here, here's custom pages. At the very bottom of that list, you can't see it, but it says contact, and that's what I'm clicking on there. So after we've chosen that, we're just going to click update. That's going to put that contact link up here on the top right corner. And then if we want to move it around after we put that on there, we can definitely move it around. So what we're going to do is just go right up here, and let's just drag this contact link up to where you can see it a little bit better. So we're just going to grab it and drag it right here up to the front. And then once this reloads, you'll be able to see it right here next to that. And then, of course, as always, whenever you're making any changes on a custom or on the back end of Zenfolio, you always want to make sure you click publish and publish those changes out. So now if we go to my website here and I go to home, if somebody clicks on that contact us link right here, it's going to go to that custom contact form that I created. All right, let me get back to my dashboard here really quick. And let's see what's going on in the chat here. So Graham Service is with us again. Hey Graham, great to have you again. Always glad to have you here on the live Q&A. Excuse me, guys. Henry Honk Honk. I like that name. He says hi all. Hey Henry, thanks for joining us. Hey, you guys, if this is your first time joining us on the live Q&A, and if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure to click that little orange Zenfolio logo in the bottom right corner of your screen so you can subscribe. We go live once a week and answer questions, and then every Friday I also put out new tutorials helping you do things in your Zenfolio account. So if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right, I got a question from Angie here in the chat. She says, I am looking for options for sizes. Client wants a 5x7 and an 8x10. Where is that? So, Angie, that's going to be in your price list. It's going to depend on the price list that you build and what price list you have assigned to your gallery. So in order to help you, Angie, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk through the process of creating a simple price list really quick and show you how to assign it to a gallery so that your clients will get those options. So what I'm going to do is let's just go ahead and click right here. And what we're going to do first is we're going to build this price list out. So I'm going to go to Selling, click on Price List right here. And then you've got two options in here that you can use. You've got an option to add a new price list, which comes with pre-filled products and things like that. Excuse me. However, when I'm showing people how to build a price list, I like to start with the blank price list so I can show you the process all the way through. So what we're going to do, Angie, is we're going to click Add Blank Price List right here. And then we're just going to give this price list a name. Now, guys, when you're creating new price lists in Zenfolio, the name never, ever appears to your clients. What this name is good for is for internal organizations only. So if you've got several different types of clients that you work with, like let's say you do portraits and you do weddings, chances are you're probably going to want to have a couple of different price lists because you're going to price that work differently. And that's what this name field is for. It's just so that when you see this price list, you'll know why you created that price list to begin with. So in this case, I'm just going to say list for Angie. And I'm going to hit enter right here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to click that Add Products button right here. So we're going to click Add Products. And then usually the first time you do this, by default, what you're going to see is you're going to see all vendors here in the top right corner. What that means is that you're showing products from all of your integrated vendors. What I recommend doing is limiting down to one vendor per price list. So what I like to do is click right here and then just choose the vendor that I want to work with. What I'm going to do is just choose MPix. And the reason I say that is because if you have products from different vendors all on one price list and your clients place an order, what can happen is if they order products from those different vendors, they're going to have no idea that it's from two different vendors, and they could be charged different shipping fees because those products have to ship from separate locations. And so that's why I like to tell you to limit it down to one vendor. Now, after you've done that, Angie, what you want to do is click on Prints, and then we're just going to go down here, and you set a 5x7, so here's 5x7 right here, and then 8x10 right here as well, and then you can scroll down and just click Add Selected Products right here. Now, after you do that, you can go through and set your pricing. As Cheryl already threw it out in the chat, I do have a really great tutorial that will walk you through this process from the start to the finish. It'll show you how to set it up, some good ideas, some best practices and things like that. But just really quick, you want to set your pricing. So let's just go use the pricing formula really quick. And let's do a 300% markup over base cost. 300% right there. We're going to apply that. That's going to change the price of all the products in here. You can go back later and manually change it if you want. But the next thing we're going to do is just go down to the bottom, and I'm going to save this. And then the last thing, Angie, is after you've got your price list built, you need to assign it to your galleries. So if you want to assign this just to a specific gallery, what you would do is just come find that client gallery, click on it, and then over on the right over here, it's going to say pricing enabled. You can click there, say allow ordering from one of my price lists, and then that list that you created should show up there, and then you can click save. So anyway, Angie, I hope that helps. If you need some clarification or you need me to go into a little bit more detail about that process, definitely let me know. But make sure to check out that tutorial that Cheryl threw in the chat as well. It's a really great tutorial and will walk you through everything that you need to do to set up that price list. All right, let me get back to my dashboard here, and let's see. We've got Katil from Norway. Hey, Katil, I hope I'm saying that right. I have a really bad fear of pronouncing people's names wrong, but I hope I'm saying that right. Hey, thanks for joining us, Till. Awesome to have you here. Also, Miriam, I'm not sure what you said makes a change, I know. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but definitely, yeah, definitely let me know. Oh, okay. I am from the UK. Glad to have you here too, Marion from the UK. Okay, if you guys have questions, please make sure to throw those in the chat so I can get those answered for you guys. I would love to help you out with your accounts and show you whatever you need help with in your account. All right, so going back to my email questions here, I've got an email question from Brian. He says, how can I view and test out my website as a visitor? So the easiest way to do this, and what there's a couple different ways to do it, but the easiest way is to have two browsers. Have like Google Chrome browser that you use for yourself on Zenfolio, and then maybe use like Firefox or Safari to test out things from a client's perspective. Now, another way that you can do this is if you're in a browser already, most of the browsers will let you do something like File, New Incognito Window, or something like that. So what I'm going to do really quick is I'm just going to go to I'm going to go right here to where it says view website, and I'm just going to click that right there and go up to the top and copy my website's URL. And then what I'm going to do is, let me see if I can let you guys see this here. If you're in Chrome, you probably can't see it, but up at the very top there is something that says File, New Incognito Window. And what that will do is that will let you open up your website in a browser where you're logged out of your Zenfolio account. So in that case, let me get a browser open here where I'm logged out of my website and just show you that really quick. So now you can see here the difference. So the one that I'm logged into, up at the top right here, it says Welcome Black Onyx right there, and it says My Zenfolio. That's just letting you know that you're logged into your account. Now, in this other tab that I opened up right here, at the very top, it doesn't have that little bar right there. So that little bar's not up there. So now I'm viewing this site as a true visitor would. It's only going to show me the photos that are available to visitors, and I'm only going to have the options that are available to visitors. So that would be, Brian, my recommendation for doing that is opening it up in a new browser that you're not logged into your Zenfolio account in, or maybe trying like File, New Incognito Window, or something to that effect. All right, let me get back to my dashboard, and something really quick right here on this page, guys. If you're ever on this page, you can click welcome. You can click welcome, and that will take you right back to your Zenfolio dashboard. All right, let me see. So I've got another email question here. I got a question from Amanda. She wants to know, she says, Amanda wants to know, which is better to use, coupons or gift certificates? Well, that's a good question, Amanda. It really comes down to what specifically you are trying to use. Both coupons and gift certificates are very similar, and they are similar in the fact that they're a way to discount or lower the rate that your client is going to pay for their order. A coupon is probably best used if you want to do things like give your client a discount. And those, you can do that in your account right here. If you go to selling right up here, there's going to be coupons and campaigns. And for this kind of thing, what you want to do is you want to, for coupons, that's like when you want to give clients a 20% discount and things like that. And the cool thing about coupons is they actually give you a lot of control on what you're discounting. So if you go add new coupon really quick right here, and let me just go right here like this. Add new coupon right here. You've got an option here. If you have an advanced account, you have an option. If you've got the pro level, or if you've only got the pro level or the premium account, you're only going to be able to do individual coupons. But if you have an advanced account, you'll be able to do a coupon campaign. Now, the difference is a coupon campaign will let you create a series of individual use coupons, while a coupon, well, just a single coupon is just that. It's just a single coupon. But now, if you want to use a coupon, what you're going to do is come down here and create a coupon code. So let's say you have a client that you want to give a discount for an upcoming birthday or holiday or something like that. So that would be a case where I would probably recommend using a coupon. Like I'm just going to put happy birthday in here. And then what I'm going to do is scroll down here and just set the discount. So I'm going to say discount products, choose a percentage and set this to be 20% off. And then you can come down here and choose what type of products you want that discount to be applied for. And you can even restrict it to being only in a specific gallery that this coupon can be used if that's what you need. And then next, you can set up limitations like how many times they can use it. Is there an expiration date or something like that? So in this case, I'm just going to do a one limit use. And then if I were actually creating this for a client, I would click save and then email them that coupon code. Now, when it comes to when should you use a gift certificate over a coupon code, well, that's just, I mean, if you want to give your clients a gift certificate, like a spending credit on your Zenfolio account, that's when I would probably recommend using a gift certificate. So we're going to go to selling really quick, and I'll show you how to create a gift certificate. Just go to selling, go down to gift certificates right here, and then you can say add new gift certificate, and then put in the name, and then put in the gift certificate code. So happy birthday. And then I usually like to put a number so that my clients know about how much this gift certificate is worth. And then we're going to go down here and just put in the amount. And that's it. So the gift certificate, and then you would just save it. So the gift certificate is a little easier to set up. There's a lot less options you have to go through. The biggest pros and cons on this situation is if you use a gift certificate, your client can use that for anything that you offer for sale on your website, and they can also use it to pay for their shipping as well. Versus with a coupon, they can only use it for the product category that you select, and they can also only use it on shipping if you designate for it to be used on shipping. And with a coupon, you can also, as I showed you, limit it to a specific gallery. So that's kind of the way I try to figure out whether I'm going to create a coupon or a gift certificate is how much control do I need, and what do I need to set any limitations. If I don't need to set any limitations, then that's when I go with a gift certificate. If I do need to set limitations, then I go with a coupon. All right, let me get back to my dashboard here really quick. Hopefully that answered your question there. I think that was, yeah, Amanda. If you have any questions, definitely please let me know, and I will be more than happy to dive further into that. Guys, if you're watching the recorded version of this, as I know a lot of you guys like to watch the recorded version, don't forget that in the description below the video, it's going to be at the very bottom probably by the time you watch the recording, but at the very bottom there are two links. There's a link where you can request a video tutorial, and then there's also a link where you can request a question to be answered for next week's live. I know all of you guys aren't able to make it to the live stream, and a lot of you are watching the recorded version of this, so I want to make sure that you guys have an easy way to send your questions in, which is where I get most of these email questions that I answer to begin with. So make sure you check out that link and send me a question for next week if you're watching the recorded version of this. All right, let me jump back to an email question here. So the next question I have says, is there a way to limit some photos in the gallery from only being purchased in specific sizes? So you guys can do this with a price list. As most of you probably know, galleries can only have one price list assigned to them. So if I go to photos right here, and if I click on a gallery over here on the left, I can only assign one price list to this gallery. So the main price list is assigned to it. However, you can assign different price lists to the individual images inside of that gallery. So let's say, for instance, maybe for whatever reason, this specific photo right here, I want to restrict it from being purchased only only allowing people to purchase maybe just an 8x10 of that photo and nothing else. Just as an example. Here's how I would do that. What I would do is I would go to selling and go on price list. And then if I'm going to be offering a couple of products from the main price list, then I would just duplicate that list. But in this case, since we're only doing an 8x10, what I'm going to do is click add blank price list. And I'm going to title this one 8x10 only. And then all I'm going to do is add a 8x10 to this price list and save it. So we're going to go right here to 8x10. Come down here to the bottom. Add selected products. And then I'm just going to price it accordingly. Do a 300% markup. Apply that. And then I'm going to save that. And now what we're going to do is we are going to go back to that gallery and assign that price list to just that specific photo. So let me hop back to that gallery really quick right here. And then we're going to click on that photo, which is this first one right here. And I'm going to change the price list for that photo and say allow ordering from 8x10 only, and then click save. So now the rest of the photos in that gallery can be ordered on from any of the products on that main price list, but that specific photo can only be purchased as an 8x10. So if you've got some photos that maybe you only want to sell in larger sizes, or maybe there's smaller resolution photos that you know can't meet the resolution for larger products, that's the way that you can limit what those want to be sold on. Maybe you're trying to do like a signature series where you've done some special editing and things like that, and you want to sell those at a higher rate. Of course, that's another way that you could use that as well, is by assigning a price list with with higher prices to just those specific photos. All right, let me get back to my dashboard here really quick. And then let me see, I'm going to take another email question here really quick. All right, so the next question I've got says, is there an option to upgrade in my account, or do I have to email support? Also, what is the difference between the Pro and Starter plan? All right, guys, in your accounts, you can upgrade at any time you want. I can't really show you here because I have a overridden account. But if you're on a plan like Starter, Pro, or maybe you're on one of the older like legacy accounts like Premium Business or Premium or Unlimited or something like that, if you look right up here next to your display name, usually there's a little circle with an up arrow icon, and you can click on that to upgrade your account if you want. Now the other thing you can do too is you can go to Settings and Account, and there should be a button that says Upgrade in here somewhere. Again, my account, as you can see, this is a demo account, so it doesn't have that upgrade option, but there should be an option in here somewhere to upgrade that account. Now, as far as what is the difference between the starter, I think that, did you say the starter, the Pro and the Starter plan? The difference between the Pro and the Starter plan is that the Starter plan cannot sell products for a profit. And also the Starter plan has some Zenfolio branding on the actual visitor side of the website. So I think like up in the top right corner, it says something like powered by Zenfolio or hosted by Zenfolio or something like that. And you can't get rid of that branding when you're on a Starter account. And like I said, also you can't sell for profit when you're on a Starter account as well. Those are going to be the biggest difference. If you upgraded that Pro plan is going to allow you to create price lists where you can adjust your profit as you want. And then it's also going to get rid of that Zenfolio branding that's on the visitor side of your website as well. So it's definitely worth considering to upgrade to that Pro plan, especially if you're looking to start selling your photos and you're wanting to get that website to be just a little bit more professional looking and get all that Zenfolio branding off. I would definitely consider that upgrade for sure. All right, let me see what my next email question is here really quick. In the last gallery that I uploaded, when a client is viewing the photos, the featured products list changes. Sometimes a 20x30 is available and sometimes it is not. Why is this happening? All right, so without being able to actually specifically look at this gallery and see exactly why this is happening, what I'm guessing is that the photos where that 20 by 30 is not available probably do not meet the resolution requirements to be able to be printed at a 20 by 30. And there's an option that you can turn on, and it's usually on by default, called order approval. And guys, if you don't have order approval on, I can't stress enough how valuable order approval is. It provides a safety buffer for you, and it also is going to let things show up and let your clients place orders if you upload lower resolution files. So first, to address that question, like I said, my guess is that the files that are not showing that 20 by 30 over on the featured products list or the quick shop side panel, it's probably not meeting those resolution requirements. And you can see those resolutions for those images by going to photos. And then if you click on the gallery right here, what you can do is just click on an image and click this little info button, and you can actually see the image resolution and dimensions right here. So what I would do is I would probably take a look at the image resolution for the photos that are in that gallery. And on the ones where that 20 by 30 disappears, I would check and see if they're lower, smaller files. If so, then what you'll want to do is either upload larger resolution files or go to your price list and make sure that you've got order approval turned on. So in this case, this gallery here doesn't have a price list turned on. So let me turn one on really quick, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So I'm just going to add my main price list here and then save it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go up to selling and click on price list. And then I'm going to go to main price list right here. Once that price list loads, you're going to want to go to price list settings. And that's where you can make sure that order approval is turned on. So price list settings. And then the first option you're going to see is order approval. And why this is so important to have on, because like in this situation, if your photos aren't meeting those resolution requirements, it will still allow your clients to see the products and place orders, because you have the opportunity to change out those photos with high resolution versions during order approval. Another reason to leave order approval on is, now it doesn't always happen, but sometimes you get those clients who just for some reason cannot enter their shipping address correctly. And, they place an order, the order goes to the lab, and a few days later, sure enough, they contact you and they're like, I think I might have entered my shipping address incorrectly. Well, with order approval on, as long as you haven't approved that order, those things can be corrected before it's actually sent to the lab and goes into production. So again, I would really stress having order approval on here for your price list to prevent anything like that from happening. All right, let me get back to my dashboard here, and looks like we got a question here in the chat. So Bob says, I am leaving on a 2-week vacation next week. I have 2 graduation ceremonies scheduled. 2 photographers are photographing. How do they upload images to my Zenfolio account? All right, Bob, if you have an advanced or a premium of business account, what you can do is you can actually create sub-accounts for them to be able to log into your Zenfolio account. So let me show you how to do that really quick. So again, what you'll have to have is either an advanced or a premium business account to do this, but you can create sub-user logins for your Zenfolio account. So what you're going to do is go up to settings right here. And then I think it's under, so settings, and then it's under account right here. Just go down to manage users. And then this is where you're going to create those sub accounts for those additional photographers to upload photos to. So basically what you do, John, was just go, I'm sorry, not John. Basically what you would do, Bob, is click on create new. And then you would put their names in here. So let's just say Bob Smith. And then we'll say bobsmith@email.com. You're going to put in their email address and then give them a username. So Bob S. And then from here, what you want to do is you want to scroll down. So if you scroll down here, you can set them up to be a partner, which I would not recommend using that setting. What I would do is if you just want them to have the ability to upload photos, then I would assign them to be either a photographer or a contributing photographer, because this right here is going to let them go and upload photos, but they won't have access to set up these selling features, to customize the website, or to change ownership of anything like that. All they'll be able to do is upload photos. So you can set them up to be a photographer, and then after you do that, what you can do is go right up here and hit continue. And then what that will do, Bob, is that will email them an invite to where they can accept it, they can set up their password, and then they'll have their own sub-user login to your Zenfolio account where they can go and they can upload photos. So again, you'll need to do that for each person that you want to give access to. Or if you want to just create a general photographer admin access, you can do that as well. And that will let them go and log in and upload photos. All right, let me get back to my dashboard here really quick. If you have any questions, Bob, or need me to go over anything or clarify anything, just let me know, and I'd be happy to go over it again. Just let me know. Okay, Rosalind says, hello. Hey, Rosalind, glad to have you here and hanging out with us on Zenfolio Live. Rodney says, workflow for online deposit for photo sessions, then balance paid at delivery. I created a gallery for my packages and attached a deposit price list for the deposit. At delivery of photos, I added a price list for remaining balance to the photo gallery. So it sounds like you are wanting to have them, first of all, have them do it like a deposit or a retainer fee for a session. And then once you send them the gallery, you want them to basically pay the remainder of the deposit once they send that there. I've got a really good tutorial that will actually walk you through the process of selling a session, and it kind of sounds like this kind of falls under those lines, Rodney, like you're wanting to try to collect maybe a retainer fee or a deposit or whatever for a photography session, and then before your clients actually get access to the photos, they would pay you the balance due for that for the session or for the photos or whatever. So what I would recommend is probably doing a self-fulfilled product. So let me just show you how to do that really quick. What you want to do first of all is create some kind of graphic that represents that session. And then you'll want to upload that into your Zenfolio account. So I think I've got one here somewhere. Let me see. Website assets. Let's see. Sessions right here. So what I did was I created this gallery called Sessions. And if you see here, if you see this image that I made, it just says click here to purchase an engagement session. This could be whatever you want it to say. It could be, click here to pay your deposit, click here to pay your retainer fee, whatever you want to make it say. But basically, you need to upload that into a gallery. So if this was going to be a deposit or a retainer fee, what I would then do is go up to selling and create a self-fulfilled product for this. So what I would do is go here and add product. And just call this product like deposit or something like that. Give it a small description. And then the base cost is not the selling cost. It's what it costs you. So in this case, this doesn't cost me anything. I'm not going to put a base cost here. For this, I might change the product category to be something like special offer. But other is fine as well. Other is fine as well. You can leave other. And then down here, if you want to have a placeholder, you can. You don't really need one since we're using that photo. Leave this both set to 1. It doesn't need any of this stuff. And also, it does not need any shipping. So you're going to make sure to set this to no shipping right here. And then what you're going to do is just click Save. And so now we've created that self-fulfilled product called Deposit. Then we're just going to go and create a price list. So I'm going to go Selling Price List. And then add a blank price list. Call this Deposit. Add that product to it. So add product to it. Go here, special offers right here. And then there's deposit right there, and add that. Save it. Obviously, you would want to change the pricing there. So let me go back and change that really quick. Obviously, you would want to change the pricing there to whatever you're charging as a deposit or a retainer fee to your clients. You'd want to make sure you set that pricing correctly in here. So let's say you're charging a $100 deposit. We're going to save that. And then you would just go and assign that to the retainer, the deposit gallery, whatever gallery you're using. So in that case, this was that sessions gallery, and then I would assign it just to whatever image I created to collect that deposit from. So you go here, go down to deposit, and then click save. So now my clients could go to that gallery and use that to pay their deposit fee. But then what about not letting them see the photos till the balance was paid? Well, basically I would probably do something along the same lines. I would maybe set their gallery to be password protected, and then not give them the password, send them an email and redirect them to a page that I created for them to pay the remainder of their deposit. So like if you're going to ask for, another $50 or another $100 or whatever, basically just create that just as we did just now as a session, but it would be like, remaining balance payment or something like that, and then redirect your clients there so they can pay that, and then once they pay that, you can then send them the password to access their photos. So anyway, Rodney, I hope that helps. Basically, it's just like doing that. Oh, you did watch that. Okay, so we saw this session tutorial. Basically, it's just going to be like doing the session tutorial. Man, I cannot talk today. I'm sorry, guys. Basically, it's going to be just like doing the session tutorial, but you're just going to create it as a way for your clients to pay the remaining balance. After they pay it, then you would just email them the password to their gallery so they can then get access. Anyway, Rodney, I hope that helps. If you have any questions or need me to go back over or elaborate on anything, definitely please let me know. All right, let me get back to my dashboard here really quick. And we got about 20 more minutes left, guys. So here in just a minute, what I'm going to do is throw out that link for next week's tutorial like I usually do for you guys, so you get it a day early. Those of you guys that are watching the recorded version of this, that's another reason to come check out the live stream, is because I always throw out the video tutorials that I put out on Friday. I release them here on Zenfolio Live a day early for the people who are watching the live stream. But let me take this question in this chat really quick. So Marion says, how do you limit the number of one photo for sale? So currently there's not really an option to do like a limited series. It's trying to sell like maybe, I've only got 50 of these prints, and then after 50 of them are sold, then I'm not going to offer any more for sale. There's not a built-in way yet to do that. It is a great idea. And I think it's something actually that we are looking at doing. It's something that we are looking at doing, but I'm not sure when it's on the roadmap or when that feature is coming. But in the meantime, Miriam, what you could do is keep that order approval thing on that I showed earlier on the price list. So if you go to selling, price list, and price list settings, there's order approval. And what you can do is keep that order approval on, and then once that many orders has been made or whatever, you'll be notified. Each time an order is made, you just kind of keep count yourself, and then you would just remove the price list from that specific photo if you wanted to limit it. So anyway, hopefully that's a feature that we introduce soon. It'd be cool to have a built-in feature like that, but yeah, currently we don't really have a way built in to do that. All right. So Vaughn says, "Hi, I emailed customer service, but they haven't gotten back with the answer yet. My question is on the mobile site. When in a gallery, the pictures don't swipe move smoothly left to right, for example." I would probably have to take a specific look at your website, Vaughn, to see what's going on. If you haven't heard back from customer support, usually we're pretty fast about emailing back, but it can take about up to 4 hours, so just keep that in mind. But usually it's much, much faster. One of the things that I see that cause a tremendous amount of issues, Vaughn, with the mobile site is if your website domain has any kind of masking applied to it. That is one thing that causes all kinds of weird issues on the mobile site. I haven't come across anything yet that specifically makes the photos not swipe left or right smoothly. But if you have any domain masking turned on, I would definitely take that off, as that makes things act weird. If you're still waiting to hear back from support, and it's been after 4 hours, feel free to shoot us an email again and let us know. Make sure that you include, some examples of what the problem is. If you can get a screenshot, if you can send us links to the specific galleries, and then also make sure to mention that you're specifically talking about mobile so that we know that you're talking about the mobile site, and we're not looking on just the normal website. But anyway, yeah, Vaughn, definitely check it out. Make sure you don't have domain masking on. And then hopefully somebody from support will get back to you soon on what's going on there. All right, guys, we've probably got about 12 minutes left. Thank you guys for all the questions that you've been throwing in the chat. I really appreciate you guys being participating and asking questions. That's why we do this every week, is so I can get on here and help you guys with your Zenfolio account. And we want you guys to be as successful as you can through Zenfolio, and we want to help make sure that you guys are successful. So let me go ahead and throw this link out for you guys for this week's tutorial. Now I know I already have a video tutorial on SEO tips, but we didn't have anything that was specifically for improving the SEO, for improving the SEO of your homepage specifically. So we have like a general SEO tips video, but the tutorial that I created this week is to help you improve the SEO specifically of your homepage. So here is that link right there to that tutorial. I hope it helps you guys. I hope it helps improve your traffic to your homepage. And I hope it gives you guys some ideas of things that you can do to increase those visitors showing up and contacting you for your services and things like that. Back to your question, domain masking would be a setting, Vaughn, domain masking would be a setting in your domain registrar account. So wherever you purchase your domain from, that's where the domain masking would be turned on. What domain masking does is basically sometimes people want, no matter what page you're on their website, they just want you to see like zenfolio.com and not the actual page URL. And that's what domain masking does. And again, that's going to be turned on in the account where you purchase your domain. It's not going to be a Zenfolio setting. All right, guys, let me jump to an email question really quick. If you guys have any more questions, please feel free to get them in the chat before we run out of time. Love to help you with your questions and take them here and get you guys some help with whatever you need. But let me go ahead and take one more email question. So this question says, I have the option to copy file names as photo titles checked in my account. However, when I upload my photos from Lightroom, it's not copying over the information and I have to do it manually. Is there something broken? Okay, so what this person is talking about is if you go to settings and then account right here, over on the left right here under account, this says upload settings right here, and you can choose the option to automatically copy your file names as photo titles. And what that means is that if, let's say, in your camera you're saving your files are being saved as dsc _00453 .jpg or something like that. Whatever your file name is, whenever you upload it to Zenfolio, Zenfolio will automatically take that file name and apply it as your photo title. And then you can show it on the visitor side of things. So if you're talking to a website visitor on, and they're looking at a specific gallery, like let's say, for instance, we're talking to the Smith family here, and they're looking at this gallery right here. Well, the file name would have been that Lee-5415, and I can also set that to show on the visitor site as well. So if I'm on the phone with my client and we're discussing their photos, this is an easy way for them to reference a specific photo in that gallery. Now, if you've got that option turned on and you're not seeing the file name show up as you're uploading and you're using Lightroom, that's actually a third-party plugin that is not created by Zenfolio, and I don't believe that functionality is supported through the Lightroom plugin. I'm not 100% sure, but I know that I've seen a couple of cases where it wasn't working. I don't know if an update of the plugin fixed it. But again, that Zenfolio Lightroom plugin, I'm sorry, not the Zenfolio, but that Lightroom plugin that uploads to Zenfolio is actually a third-party plugin, and it could have some issues that you're going to need to contact that developer. And if that's the case, what I would suggest doing is just using the Zenfolio built-in uploader, as that's still going to work for you, and it's still going to copy over those file names and things for you. All right, so let me jump back here to the chat. Vaughn says, I have another question. When I'm in thumbnails page, it shows the created date. Can I remove this so people won't know how old the photos are, the new photos are? Yeah, that should be a page option, Vaughn. So let me show you really quick. If we just go and we hover over preview right here and click customize, then I think what you're looking for is, if you go to options, page elements, date created right here in the bottom. So let me show you, Vaughn, again where I went. Let me just make my browser a little bit bigger here. So if you go to customize view for those thumbnail pages, you can do it to just one. If you go to it, go to options right here at the top, go to page elements, scroll down here to the very bottom, and right here where it says date created, you can just set that to hide and apply that. And then if you want that to apply to all of the photos in your account that are using the default settings in all of your galleries, once you make that change, just hit save as default, and that will make that setting default for all of your new galleries and all of the existing galleries, as long as they're using the default settings. And then of course, don't forget to publish those changes once you're finished. All right, let me go back to my dashboard here really quick. We've still got a few more minutes left, so let me jump over to an email question here really quick. What are the payment options for my customers when I order self-fulfilled products? So if you want to sell self-fulfilled products, then this is, if you want to sell something that's not offered through Zenfolio, maybe you've got a local lab that you like to work with. No worries, Vaughn. You don't need to feel like an idiot. There are so many options. It's easy to overlook sometimes, but I'm glad that helped. It's definitely right there, and you can also hide a bunch of other stuff on that page options as well. Yeah, sorry, I missed one. Marion says, what does search or SEO stand for? And as Cheryl was saying, that is search engine optimization. So anytime somebody talks about SEO, what they're talking about is they're talking about things. Why did I say that so weird? Anytime anybody talks about SEO, they're talking about things that you can do to your website that will make it more discoverable and that will make search engines index it and hopefully rank it higher so that it appears in more search results. Okay, back to my email question. It says, what are the payment options for my customers when I offer a self-fulfilled product? So if you're not familiar with what self-fulfilled products are anytime you want to offer something that's not offered through one of the integrated labs. So what you want to do, like maybe you're working with a local lab that you've had a relationship for a while and you want to continue that relationship. We want you to be able to continue that relationship, and that's why we created this self-fulfilled products feature. Now, as far as what options do your clients have for payment, what you can do is you can set up PayPal to accept payments, or it really depends on the account level that you have. So let me just show you where to go. So if you go to settings right here at the top, you go to settings and then selling, there's a little thing over here on the left that says collecting payments. Now again, this is only for self-fulfilled products. This is not for the vendor fulfilled products that Zenfolio offers, only self-fulfilled products. But if you're a pro level account, you can have them contact you directly, as this option is right here. Oops. Have them contact you directly, as this option says right here. Or you can set up and you can use PayPal, and they can use PayPal to make their payments through to you. Now, if you have an advanced account or a premium business account, you can use this merchant account right here, which is going to let you use things like authorized.net or PayPal Payments Pro. And with that, I think your clients will be able to order with a credit card through one of these processing services like authorized.net or PayPal Payments Pro. So it's definitely, if you want to sell self-fulfilled, it's definitely an option that you need to go look at and make sure that you have set up. Because by default it's set up to none, because obviously we don't know your PayPal account, email, or your merchant account. So you need to come in and manually configure those. So if you are selling self-fulfilled, make sure that you go set this up for sure. All right, let me get back to my dashboard. Rodney says, these live streams are awesome. Zenfolio has turned my photography business around. Before Zenfolio, I was booking 2 to 3 shoots a month. Now I regularly have 2 to 3 shoots a week. Rodney, that is awesome. Glad to hear that. That is exactly why we do these live streams and why we want to continue to do these live streams. So great feedback. Thanks for letting us know. And definitely keep coming to the live stream. We are here every week. Same time, same place, to answer you guys' questions and to help you out, to show you how to do things in your account so that you can make sure that you're using it to the full benefit that it has to offer. All right, so we've got a few more minutes here. If anybody has any last minute questions, now would be the time to get those thrown into the chat so I can get those answered. I'm going to take another email question really quick here, and then if I don't have any chat questions, we'll probably just say goodbye for today. But let me go ahead and take this email question. So it says, can I create a new group when I am importing directly from Lightroom? So again, that's going to be using that that third party plugin for Lightroom. And guys, if you don't have the third party plugin, if you're a Lightroom user and you're interested in that, you can get the plugins. If you go down to the very bottom right here and click on Toolkit, let me just open this in a new tab and I'll show you. Click on Toolkit, and then there is a section that says Photo Uploading Tools, I believe is what it says right here. If you click on there, this is where you find those plugins and those third-party plugins for like Lightroom and things like that. So here's one for Lightroom, 2, and then Upload from Photo Mechanic, and then a plugin for Windows Live, and there's a couple other more down there that are, but that's where you get those. Just go down to your toolkit down here at the bottom and you can download those plugins. But now back to your question about can you create a new group using the Lightroom plugin. I'm not familiar with the process. I'm actually not a Lightroom user. I'm a big Adobe Bridge fan user. So unfortunately, I don't know a lot about Lightroom. But I do know that the Lightroom plugin will allow you to create new groups in your Zenfolio account using that third-party plugin. It will allow you to create new groups. All right, guys. Unless we have any last-minute chat questions, I'm going to go ahead and answer one more email question, and then we are going to have to call it a day. So this question says, I'm retired and I want to use photography as a supplement to my pension. How can I get people to find my work? Do you have any tips for an old man in a strange world? So this is going to come back to SEO here. So probably my biggest tip, and the thing that a lot of people forget about doing, and actually I think that we're really bad about as photographers, is assuming that our clients want their galleries to be password protected. By password protecting your clients' galleries, immediately it provides no benefit to your SEO or your search engine optimization. But what I'm talking about here is I'm talking about any of the photos that you upload to your Zenfolio account, create a page and create a gallery, and that's all indexed by search engines, and that's information that they use to understand what your website's about, and then they take it and they rank it accordingly so it can show up in search results based on the information that you gave them. And so one of the things that I would make sure that you're doing is make sure that you are properly keywording your photos and just making sure that you're doing everything you can to those photos and galleries so that they are out there being indexed and can help the ranking of your website. So for galleries, if you click on a gallery right here, what you can do is go to Gallery Details, and there's a title. You know, this, for instance, is a terrible title for this. It provides no information whatsoever. Smith, it's just a name. Since this is a public gallery where it can be indexed, I might want to put a title like the Smith engagement session at Yates Mill Pond in Raleigh. So immediately right there, changing the title to something like that is going to give search engines so much more information to index. And not just search engines, but when these pages show up as search results, it's going to give the people who are doing the searching a lot more information about what they're going to see when they click that. The caption is the same thing. Keywords, all of these places right here are good places to put in information that contain your keywords, like photography, engagement session, Raleigh, North Carolina, the area that you work out of, the type of photography that you do. Drop those in there strategically and then add them in the keywords as well. And then also do that for your photos as well. So after you do it to the gallery, you can do it to the photos. Just click on the photo and go to photo details and put in that information. Give it a better title, change the caption, give it some keywords, select a category down here. All of that stuff is going to help your search engine optimization. Another thing too is if you go to, and also that video tutorial that I threw in the chat earlier too is going to go over a lot of this stuff for your homepage. But the last thing I'll show you guys before I have to jump off here is if you go to settings and website right here, then you go to search engine optimization. There is a lot of information you can put in these two sections that's really going to help your site rank much better than it is if you just have your business name and a short description about taking photos or something like that. So definitely go and make sure you add a lot more information here in these sections. All right, guys, with that being said, unfortunately, we are out of time. Thanks to everybody who came and hung out with us today and asked questions. Rodney, again, thanks for that awesome feedback. It was great to hear. That's why we do these live streams. We do these every week, guys, same time, same place, so make sure to come back next week. And until then, I hope you guys all have a great weekend. And, yeah, have a great weekend and be safe.
The Force will be with you, always.